The story is it's really just it has to do with trying to capture the tone of this place, the Mississippi Delta, and specifically the winter and the kind of sorrow that hangs over the land that I see, that I've always been just drawn to for like 10 years since I've been traveling there. It's really about people that are suffering in their lives and have had conflict with each other in the past. A man, 35-year-old, lost his brother, grieving, and a woman and her 12-year-old son. There's past relationship between these folks. It's not pretty. They're forced into contact with each other by circumstances of the brother's death. They resolve long-standing issues, or attempt to resolve long-standing bitter issues 10 years back. And they find some sort of repair, smallest amount, in each other, in finding resolution in some of these buried psychological problems they've had that they've inflicted upon each other. That's the story. What was essential to me was to capture the place and be authentic to the place. And in the Delta, deep in the Delta, the racial demographic is just hugely black. There's very few whites in the Delta, in the regions that I wanted to shoot. So that there was no other way to shoot it. It was an African American cast. There's no other way to be true to the subject matter. Like if I were to shoot another film, I have another one that I'm interested in shooting pretty soon, I would probably use the same techniques. I'm considering that now, but again, authenticity was important. So technology is not an issue. There's an issue that's very important to me of reduction and restraint, and every single step of the creative process, putting something out and pulling half of it away was essential. And that's a reflection of the place itself. The geography, the visual landscape of the Delta is in the winter is barren. It's the moon. It's like a lunar landscape, and the trees are skeletal. There's no leaves. It's gray. It's a grayscale place. It's nothingness, you know. But it's beneath the soil. It's the richest soil in the world. It yields the most fertile crops on the planet, besides the Nile Delta, and it's full of potential. It was a fleshed out, fully written script, but it was never shown to anybody. I had the confidence to shoot that story going in, but I had a faith and I think I had faith because there's a lot of masterful directors that have, paved the way for all of us, like Robert Bresson and Mike Leigh, the Dardenne brothers. You don't have to have this script which is inherently full of artifice, and I think with non-actors, if you show a script to non-actors, it's intimidating, and they tend to want to be theatrical, and they forget to be themselves in engaging. They forget to engage themselves in these imaginary scenarios. So I thought it was. I had faith that humans know how to do that from childhood when we role play, and can call upon that in their memories as adults, and I think it worked with these wonderful actors that performed way beyond my expectations. Hanging out with the people in the Delta and meeting millions of people from the place, it's just that was the best part of making the film.